I was sick as a child. I caught everything that came down the pike. I had learning disabilities. My legs were screwed up. I was a beautiful girl, though. But that wasn't perfect either. I had a mole that had to be removed. I had my tonsils had to be removed. Um, I, I, I had a very hands-on grandfather. I got pregnant at 13, had an illegal abortion at 14, not because I wanted to, but because I was terrified of my mother, and because of the school nurse decided to take over. The adults took over. It was really out of my hands. I was terrified of my mother, but she found out anyway because the doctor decided to send her a bill. I was a pretty normal kid, didn't fit in at school, wound up dropping out. I hung out with kids that partied and played hard, but we didn't really cause any harm. We were pretty innocent, honestly. Didn't get into much trouble. Um, we were kind of kids that would go out on the weekends out into the desert and camp and drink beer and just be stupid, set off fireworks, shoot at birds, not live birds, but the birdies that you throw, just go out and be stupid. Harmless fun, really. But it seemed like I was always in trouble with my folks. I was always in trouble. I was always in trouble. I didn't have, I had to be in by midnight. My parents kind of gave up on me when I was a teenager. I was pretty much allowed to just run wild. And, I didn't really run wild. I am serious. I did do a lot of things that most kids should not do at that age. But, I'm kind of grateful. I got to experience a lot of cool stuff too. You know, um, I just wasn't ever right or good enough. My first boyfriend ate a bunch of peyote seeds. He was a lot older than I was. He was 4 years older than I was. I was in junior high, but my folks were okay with it. And he was a musician. He was pretty popular in school. He ate a bunch of peyote and he turned into a 3-year-old and never returned. Like he stayed 3 years old for the rest of his life. He didn't even know who I was after that. Just about crushed me. The janitor molested me at the elementary school. I had so many things happen to me that I never said anything to anybody. Never said a word. I was always treated like a bad student. I wasn't a bad student. I didn't know how to read or write, so I covered it with humor. So I was always being sent to the office. And then when I got in high school, I just hung out with all the stoners. We went to the beach every day. We used to hitchhike until this guy got me in the car and yeah, that was really bad. I quit hitchhiking after that. I was always being accused of horrible things. Horrible things. Yeah, I was cutting school, but I wasn't doing anything bad. I was going to the beach. I just didn't belong there. That's all. I got beat daily. Sorry, Mom, but this is the truth. My mom had this belt and this temper, and my sister would hit her at the door and tell on me whether I'd done anything or not. I got my beatings. The teacher saw it in the 3rd grade, and my mom thought I told on her. We never really had friends over. My sister, my poor sister. It was always poor sister. It was always my poor sister. My dad was never home much. He drank a lot. He worked construction, though. He worked hard. They did well for themselves. They really did. My mom, they made themselves into millionaires. My dad would admit if it weren't for my mother, they wouldn't have done that, would have never happened. My mom worked hard. She worked hard. She was so creative. She could sew beautifully. And she could draw. She could do anything. I mean, like professional. She's so talented and so gifted. But she didn't have any friends. My dad was a partier. Everybody loved my dad. Everyone was jealous of me because my dad was my dad, but they didn't have to live with us. Very different story behind closed doors. Anyway, moving forward, I married someone from Alabama. He lived out here. He was a photographer and he was learning to play guitar, and he was an engineer where I worked at TRW. And I've been in fight or flight ever since. When I got injured, I was accused of really weird stuff like stealing my own bicycle. How do you steal your own bicycle? I don't know. Things were so weird when I got hurt, but I know I was really weird, but I still don't understand. That's all my sins in a nutshell. Oh, yeah, I wound up in NA because I'm a codependent. And I was trying to have a better life, but I kept surrounding myself. You do what you know. My daughters paid. I tried to make it up to them. I tried to live a better life, but I guess I failed miserably. I love my mom and dad. They're just products of their environment as well. I know their stories. We have to be forgiving of each other. Hopefully each generation can do better than the next, you know? I'm done punishing myself. I just wish my family would quit punishing me, but that seems to be what we do. Okay, there's all my sins. Oh, wait, and I think I have a DUI out there. Yep. I'm a horrible person.